In this video, I'll be revealing the new ending in Roblox 99 Nights in the Forest. So with the brand new update, the Cultist Stronghold, we now get some new cutscenes and some new lore about the deer. So in this first cutscene, we can see that this happens only when you reach 99 days, and after you do, we can see the deer. The deer is reaching out towards the campfire where the people are, and afterwards the deer goes back towards a bush where it came from. Now, this bush, we don't exactly know what this bush is. All we know is that the deer decides to run into a bush on all fours. Now, afterwards, the deer goes into the bush, and obviously, we get sent to another cutscene. And in the next scene, we can see that the deer is about to climb into some sort of vent system. And before the deer goes through that thing, the deer makes sure to look back one more time at the people in the campfire, and more specifically at the people in this game. Now here is exactly what I think that this cutscene means. So at first we can see the deer, and obviously the deer is hiding behind some sort of bush, meaning that the deer doesn't want to be found by the people, and the deer, as we know from the game, is always trying to harm us. Now, why exactly is that the case? Well, there's actually one major theory that I've been theorizing, and I believe it's true because a lot of other people have been theorizing it as well, and all the clues in the game point to it. So basically, in the original lore, there's supposed to be a plane crash, and when the plane crashes, there's 4 kids that survive, and there's one mother as well. Now, the mother in the real story doesn't survive, but in this story, 99 Nights in the Forest, we can pretend that this deer is actually the mother. Now, first of all, how do we know that this is even true? Well, we know this because we've seen various plane crashes around the map. If you remember correctly from your playthroughs, you've probably seen a lot of different planes scattered around the map, and there's loot chests near them, meaning that these are actual planes from Civilization because they carry loot from real scenarios. Also, you might be wondering, if this deer really is the mother, which in this case we're talking about, then why does the deer want to go ahead and take these children away and scare them? Well, I think that the deer is not actually trying to scare these children and actually trying to keep them safe. Because as we know, we can tell from a bunch of other cutscenes that have been in the game since the start, or if you go to each bulletin board, you can see the way each different child was actually taken away. And let's go ahead and review that. So I've just hopped into a game, and let's go ahead and show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to show the first children for now, but you probably know that this already applies for all the children. So if you haven't already, you left click on the poster, you hover over it, and you can see exactly what happened. So we start off with Dino Kid sitting down in the forest like normal, okay? And afterwards, there's a deer that comes behind him, scares them, and then makes them cry, and also put them inside of a room. All right. Now, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This deer that goes and actually tries to take these children, the deer never actually harms these children physically. Only mentally, because the deer looks very big and scary, because it's obvious. These are little children. They're obviously scared of such a big deer. And this applies to all the other children as well. For example, I know with Kraken Kid, I'm pretty sure was just fishing, or some kid here, I'm pretty sure it was Kraken Kid, was just fishing, and then the deer came behind him, scared him, and then just put him in a room. So that's basically what happened to all these 4 children. They were just spooked, got put into a room, and that's about it. Now, the thing is that these rooms, they have everything that a child would need, okay? Now, we can see from the actual rooms that these rooms, they're are very colorful for children. They have a lot of crayons around, enough to keep them entertained. And the reason why they're locked is because that they're probably scared of any outside forces that might harm them, such as us, the players. The players can probably harm them, and that's probably why the deer is trying to kill us all the time. Now, why are there actual mobs outside of these dens where the children are located? If you noticed, all of these mobs have collars around them. And these collars basically show that these mobs are tamed. You know that from any like tamed dog or tamed animal in the out on the street, if they have a collar, that means that they have an owner, which means the same thing in this game. So if one of the pets in here has a collar, that means that it's tamed by the deer or tamed by the mother, which is actually trying to protect her children. Now, this doesn't exactly explain the cultist stronghold. So, how does this place actually work? Well, from the cutscene, we can tell that this is a pretty scary place where they go ahead and they attack anyone. And if you've ever fought against this place before or fought against any of the cultists, you know that they are very hostile and they use different weapons such as axes, maces, and even crossbows to protect the home and also to attack you. Now, the thing is that why do they attack you? It's because that they deem you unsafe for the kid. Because in this scenario, the deer is trying to actually protect its children from any further harm, which would be us players. So, by having a sort of medium to go ahead and protect their children, such as with the cultists, they're able to do that. And the deer is probably turned into a deer, likely because of the cultists or through other reasons. Now, the deer, as we know, the deer has intelligence because it's able to go ahead and look like it's reaching for something, the key of wanting something, and also when it goes into its hideout, it looks back at the viewers, which is something only a creature of intelligence would do. And also, in the cultist stronghold, we know that there are certain types of scrap that you can obtain there, and one of which is called the cultist experiment. All right. Now, this literally gives us a name, blatantly telling us that the deer or something is being experimented on by the cultists, or the cultists are being experimented on, but most likely it's a cultist experimenting on the deer. Now, this is because the deer is obviously something that is not natural, and therefore there must be some experiments that occur for the deer to actually change its form. Now, why does a deer want to look like a deer instead of just looking like a regular human? This is likely because it's able to actually go ahead and scare the players into not attacking the children. And if the deer successfully scares the players, that means that the children do not get harmed and they still be safe and sound behind the collar-necked animal that protect it. Now back to the deer actually going back into the hole after 99 days have passed. The reason why I think this has got to do with the story is because the deer goes into the hole and then Italy says that it's not finished, still work in progress, and that there will be an ending. Now, this is basically telling us that there's probably different paths you can take. One path where you stay in the forest and you do a whole bunch of new content that's probably going to come out soon, and another path where you go into the hole that deer's in and most likely end up in a whole new world, or you end up in a different type of quest line for a different ending. Now, this basically tells us that there's more content to come, and we should be wary of that. But this also begs the question because this game is called Surviving in the Forest for 99 Nights, not surviving in some other area. And it's 99 nights specifically because this event of the deer going into the hole occurs after 99 nights, which will make it not a canon event anymore. So I'm curious to think what you guys think about it. Tell me about it in the comments below, and I'll be sure to reply to most comments that I see.